Today, we're going to explore a part of Tokyo that millions of people pass through, but almost nobody really sees. We're talking about Ota Ward, a place of incredible contrasts, from a massive global gateway to a hidden industrial engine.
So I'm willing to bet a lot of you have flown into Haneda Airport, right? I mean, it's one of the busiest hubs on the entire planet. But did you ever stop and think about the city that's actually hosting it? What's the real engine running this massive global gateway? Well, that's what we're about to find out.
All right, so for a little context, Ota is Tokyo's largest and most southern ward, and its claim to fame, without a doubt, is Haneda Airport. Its location makes it the very first and very last impression of Japan for millions and millions of travelers every single year. But this is where the story gets really interesting, because behind the airport's shiny, modern, global facade, there's a completely different reality. Ota's economy is really a tale of two powerful and totally distinct worlds living side by side. So let's pull back the curtain and take a look at that other world. This is Ota's hidden engine room, a sprawling, super dense network of tiny workshops that forms the real backbone of Japan's industrial power. And when I say dense, I'm not kidding. Just look at this number, 3,000. That's roughly how many of these tiny high-tech factories are crammed into Ota's back streets and neighborhoods. It's an absolutely incredible concentration of skill and industry. These workshops actually have a special name, Machikoba. It literally translates to small-town factories. So just picture these tiny, often family-run businesses that have absolutely mastered the art of extreme precision. They're kind of the unsung heroes of Japan's massive supply chain.
You know, there's this local saying that just captures the spirit of the Machikoba perfectly. It goes, if you have a blueprint on a napkin, Ota factories can build it. It really speaks volumes about their insane skill, their flexibility, and just that determined, can-do attitude.
And we're not talking about simple nuts and bolts here. These workshops are churning out world-class, high-stakes stuff. We're talking prototype parts for Formula One race cars, vital components for NASA satellites, and even some of the precision parts for the very iPhone that's probably in your pocket right now. So the big question is, how did one single district end up with these two completely different personalities? You've got a global airport on one side and this dense network of tiny workshops on the other. Well, it turns out the clue is actually hidden right there in its name. Okay, so Ota Ward was officially created back in 1947 when two older districts, Omori and Kamata, were merged together. Now, Omori was this kind of historic residential area. Kamata, on the other hand, was the commercial and industrial hub. So what did they do? They literally took the O from Omori and the Ta from Kamata and smashed them together to create Ota. So yeah, its split personality was basically baked in from the very beginning. And Ota's history is incredibly rich. I mean, it's the site of Japan's very first archaeological dig. But what's really fascinating to me is that back in the 1930s, way before it was an industrial powerhouse, it was actually known as the Hollywood of Japan because of a famous cinema studio there. It wasn't until after World War II that it really transformed into the Machikoba heartland we know today. Okay, so that's the backstory. But how do these two worlds, the global gateway and the local workshop, actually coexist right now, today? Well, you can see the contrast play out on the ground in Ota's economy, in its neighborhoods, and even in its culture. You can really see the split in Ota's economy. On one side, you've got the gateway economy. It's centered around Haneda, it's global, it's massive, and it's all about logistics and tourism. But then, on the other side, you have the Machikoba economy. It's inland, it's local, it's microscale, and it's all about making these incredible precision parts. They are two totally different universes in just one district. And this economic divide, you can see it in the people and the neighborhoods too. Inside Ota, you have a place called Den-en Chofu. It's one of Japan's most famous and wealthy suburbs, home to CEOs and top politicians. And then you have Kamata, a classic working-class town, the heart of the industrial zone, with a big, diverse community of foreign workers. It's a real tale of two cities. Even the culture shows this contrast. For visitors, right, there's the super modern Haneda Airport garden. You can literally sit on a rooftop hot spring, watch planes land, and see Mount Fuji in the distance. But for locals, Ota is famous for having the most traditional public bathhouses, or sento, in all of Tokyo, known for their unique natural black water hot springs. It's the peak of modern luxury right next to deeply rooted local tradition. So this all raises a really important question. Are these two worlds just going to exist separately forever? Or is there a way they can actually come together? Well, this is where Ota's future gets really, really exciting because it's already starting to merge these two identities. And that meeting point has a name: Haneda Innovation City. You can call it High City. It's this huge new development right next to the airport, and it was designed specifically to build a bridge between Ota's two worlds. Now, High City is way more than just a bunch of shiny new buildings. It's a dedicated R&D hub for things like robotics and mobility. It's a real-world sandbox where companies can test new tech like self-driving buses. But maybe the most important thing is that it's acting as a bridge, connecting global tech companies with the world-class skills of the local Machikoba artisans.
And that leads us to a pretty powerful final thought. By deliberately creating a space where traditional craftsmanship can meet cutting-edge AI, Ota is doing something truly unique. And it leaves us with this big question. Could Ota's experiment be a blueprint for the future of industrial cities all around the world? It's definitely something to think about the next time you land at Haneda.